Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah. I'm just thinking about death, and I'm recalling one time where I attended a funeral house, an Islamic funeral house, because all my life I only attended Christian, only attended Christian funerals because majority of my family are Christian, and so there's a lot of Christians in my life. I attended about two Muslim funeral homes, and subhanallah, those two incidents or experience really changed my perspective on so many things, and humbled me, and the reality of how insignificant this life is really just dawned on me. I remember, being called and going and sitting so close, so close. I've never been so close to a dead body. Being seated so close to a dead body of a Muslim woman. I remember people sitting around her family, and people praying for her, making dua for her, reading Yasin. And I remember my husband's voice reading Quran fading away, and I just got lost in my own thoughts. And I didn't know this woman, but I am a woman myself. And she was covered from head to toe, because obviously there were men who were not related to her there. So her entire body was covered. And so I thought about hijab, and I thought about what it meant, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preserved our honor as women, or how Allah has preserved my honor as a woman, her honor as a woman, even though her body laid there lifeless. I thought about how they carried her body out of the home, and they carried her so effortlessly, like she was just a furniture, like like she didn't have children, like she didn't live for many years, like she didn't acquire any belongings, any wealth. It was just the body. that was carried out of that house, out of her house. And I thought of myself. I remember sitting down with her child after the men left, and her just saying that, you know, she just died, you know. Oh, there's nothing more humbling than death. Witnessing, being there does something to you. And another incident where I was blessed to attend another funeral home, this time of someone close, and someone who was a father to so many, a teacher to so many, a person who lived their lives teaching the deen of Allah, studying. As old as they were, they never stopped studying the deen of Allah, and they died upon that. They died spreading the deen of Islam, and you could just tell. You could just tell who this person was. This one touched me so much that I remember getting back home and writing a poem about it. It was just something else. It was just something else. And I remember his wife, who, just as learned as he is, I remember her continuously in between her cries saying Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Those were the only words that came out of her mouth. And it made me think about the countless times where I've complained about situations in my life. The countless times where I've gotten angry and upset at Allah for not having my way. And here there was a woman who lost a long life partner, the only person she knew, and spent so long. And all she could say was Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enter both these people in his Jannah and grant them the highest level of Jannah. And may the impact that they left on me, even through their death or their lifeless body, be also of benefits to them. And may whoever gets to listen to this make dua for them, and may whatever benefits you get from listening to this be a blessing for them. My message today is that you attend funeral homes for ladies, and for men, that you go to the graveyards. There is something about that. There is something about witnessing or seeing somebody's lifeless body that humbles you and reminds you of your nothingness, and reminds you that all these things that you are so desperately wanting and so eagerly working for and tirelessly working for, those things will be left behind. Your body will literally be carried alone into the grave, away from your home. Death is indeed a cure to all the illnesses of our hearts. The envy, the hate, the jealousy, the greediness, the wanting to show off, the wanting to be chosen, to be seen, to be known. Remembering death reminds you how insignificant all these things are. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.